All right. Good morning, guys. My name's Christy Bridgman. My 26-year-old son, Shawn, has been in the Tarrant County Jail since December of 2024. Shawn is autistic and has a diagnosis of IDD. He also has cerebral palsy and seizures. His communication skills are extremely limited. He has 2-word phrases, that's it. Shawn has been receiving services from North Texas MHMR since he was 8 years old, and he has been in and out of group homes since then. I had to pull him out of the last group home a couple of years ago when I found him in a state of neglect during one of my visits. In 2024, I had to call MCOT for crisis intervention, but they called the cops and let Shawn get arrested. This happened twice in the course of a week. Shawn has been in Tarrant County Jail for over 15 months now with charges of assault, even though I filed an affidavit of non-prosecution. I do not understand why the people who were supposed to help me care for Shawn pushed him so quickly into a cage and then did nothing for the first 10 months of his incarceration. So in May of 2025, the court ordered him to civil commitment pending criminal charges. Meanwhile, he has lost half of his weight in jail. He went in at 244 and he's now weighing 148. He bangs his head on the wall and on the window. And here recently he has a wound that the news media went in to see, and his head was covered. So they frequently use handcuffs and restraints on him, and they let him walk around barefooted with no socks, no shoes. He has deteriorated a lot, and all of this is documented in his jail records. Still, no one advocated for him with any urgency until I spoke up in Commissioner's Court last month, and there was public outcry. I had been told that he needs to wait until next year for a bed in SSLC, but within weeks of media reporting on Shawn's condition, I was given a transfer date of April the 14th. My question for this committee is, why is there no crisis respite or crisis stabilization for people like my son? Why is MCOT so quick to push their patients into cages? Shawn is not a criminal. He did not need to go to jail. Why don't we have more SSLC beds? Given Shawn's acuity and behaviors, he should have been placed on the inpatient care waitlist years ago. I do not understand why MHMR did not put him on the inpatient care waitlist for SSLC prior to his arrest, when it was always an entitlement for him and they were aware of his acute behavior. I feel like they are waiting for a crime and a victim before letting someone with IDD into an SSLC. Shawn should have been sent there years ago when I first asked for guardianship in 2017. After 10 months in jail, the court finally ordered a civil commitment with pending charges. Despite my pleas, no one advocated for a less restrictive setting for him either, before or after. In 2017, I asked our MHMR to help me get guardianship for Shawn. They said they would, but nothing happened. Last year, I asked the probate court, but I was told that he doesn't need guardianship because he is in jail. That is exactly why I needed guardianship, so I could engage meaningfully in his care while he is in jail. This whole experience for the past 15 months has been deeply, deeply traumatizing. My son is not the only one in that jail. There are 5 others like him waiting for SSLC beds. I am asking this committee to make the strongest possible recommendation in the legislature to increase funding for SSLC beds, expand crisis respite, and crisis stabilization in the community and do everything possible to prevent the incarceration of people like my son. I'm so afraid that my son will die in this jail like many others. He does not have the ability to care for himself. He has lost a tremendous amount of weight, and he keeps hitting his head against the wall. He needs to be transferred immediately. Please don't let my son die in jail. He needs care, not a cage. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for your testimony.